Come. Please have a seat. Take a seat, quick. And Rahul, we welcome you. We find you are from Bihar and your subject has been mathematics optional. Otherwise, you are electrical engineering, IIT Patna.
Yes, sir.
Good. And 25th May is your. And how many times have you appeared?
So this is my first attempt.
Written.
Yes, sir.
Personality test first again, obviously.
Yes, sir.
So, first time, both. Good. So, you are a bright candidate. You made it in the first attempt, and we will try to help you whatever we can. So, I will start with Brigadier.
You are so delighted that you are here. Okay, absolutely be comfortable, right? When you're trying to answer. Now, tell me in electrical engineering per se, right? Which is the subject you like the best?
Sir, the signal systems, the control system, these subjects, sir, I feel more comfortable.
Okay, tell me how can technology make a difference as far as governance is concerned?
So technology has got a huge potential in making governance more people friendly, more proactive. Sir, for example, we can see that using like Umang app, sir, all the governance service delivery mechanisms have come at one place at a fingertip. So, sir, at any time, it has basically made governance, sir, 24/7, anywhere, anytime.
Okay, but how is it? We are not finding, like many countries have reformed themselves with their technological platform, but we are still slow as far as things are concerned. We are not gone in for that. Most of things on paper. So how can you make a difference?
Sir, the reason why, sir, we are lacking bit slow, sir, I would say a bit slow, sir, because, sir, we don't have the required digital infrastructure, especially in the rural areas. Sir, sir, if what I can do, sir, is like, first we need to create awareness. Like many times people are not aware that they can file a complaint through like a app, or they can register any booking, or they can do a bookings through app. So first thing will be, sir, to create awareness, especially at the grassroots level. Sir, secondly, sir, we can incentivize more companies, especially like PPP models we can develop for more apps, more people-friendly apps and also.
So you feel PPP is one of the answer. So the government per se cannot take on their whole responsibility. Okay, Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana.
Yes, sir.
Heard of this?
Yes, sir.
What is this? Do you think we are spending so much of money really worth it?
Sir, I think it is totally worth it because, sir, especially in this COVID lockdown, sir, many people, especially the poor people, they were like deprived of their income, and, sir, the problems of hunger could increase. Therefore, to tackle that, sir, proactively, government launched the Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana, in which they have taken care of the basic needs of the most vulnerable section of our country.
So the thing is still how long now? What is the duration of this Yojana?
Sir, if I am not mistaken, sir, it is going to end, sir, in this year.
And this year, because it's going to extend it. Okay.
Rahul, your optional is mathematics.
Yes, sir.
Suppose I have to cross a river. I know it mean, mode and median of its depth. Which is more significant for me so that I can take a decision to cross the river. I know my height. You understand the question?
Yes, sir.
There is a river. I know the mean, mode and median of its depth at different places. I know my height. I have to take decision, should I cross it? Should I not cross it? What is significant out of all these three?
Sir, I think mean would be the most significant because, sir, if like in mode, sir, maybe the frequency of a lesser depth is more, but there can be a depth which is very great and which we can drown in that. Especially similarly, like in median, it just gives us the middle value. So it does not give us like what is the greatest depth and what is the lowest depth. So the best probability will be to go according to the mean.
Mean.
Yes, sir.
So at one place this is 50 feet deep, at other place this is just 1 foot deep.
Yes,
so
sir.
he'll just go and drown.
Sir, there are like this is not the 100% proof, sir, but
So
we going
nothing is important. What is most important for crossing the river?
Comparatively.
Then what is most important? What is the maximum depth of the river?
Yes, sir.
Isn't it? Okay. What are the protections given to a civil servant in Indian Constitution?
Sir, they can be removed only by the for all India services, sir, they can be removed only by the order of a president. And sir, like for inquiring for constituting an inquiry against them, sir.
No, I'm talking of civil service. There are certain constitutional provisions which provide them protection from removal or from reducing in rank. What are the protection?
So these are mentioned in, sir, Article 311 to 315, sir. In this,
311, tell me 311.
so like they cannot be like sir, dismissed or like reduced in rank if by authority lower than who is appointing them, and so that is like president.
Right, right. Then in any circumstance can they be removed without there's another thing which is required by the authority.
So I think, sir, there should be like some some proved misbehavior or sir incapacity. If
How would you find out? What will you conduct?
Sir, I think Supreme Court can sir decide like for UPSC members it does Supreme Court, sir. So if in my opinion,
I'm talking of civil servants, man. All right. How can a law be declared as ultra virus of constitution? On what basis?
sir, if it infringes on the basic structure of constitution, sir, the Supreme Court and High Courts can declare the law ultra virus.
What other things are there?
Sir.
What others?
So like if it impinges on, sir, like fundamental rights of people.
Suppose the state government of Bihar makes a law on currency of India. Whether this will be valid law or this will be ultra virus.
Sir, I think this should be ultra virus because currency
what is
comes
the basis?
Sir, currency comes in like the union list on which
So whether the concerned parliament or let's say has got power to make it or not.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, Rahul,
Yes, ma'am.
you given mathematics as your subject.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Do we have a Nobel Prize in mathematics?
No, ma'am.
What do we have?
Ma'am, we have Abel Prize.
Who got it in 2022?
Ma'am, Dennis Sullivan.
Yeah. For what?
I've forgotten that.
For what did he get? For contributions to the fields of topology and dynamical systems. What is topology in mathematics?
Ma'am, topology basically means like a chart basically where we take according to which we can it's basically architecture of any function or any problem where according to which the decisions or the output is decided.
You come from Samastipur. What is Samastipur famous for?
Ma'am, there's a Central University of Agricultural Research there.
Okay.
And ma'am, apart from this, in ancient times, ma'am, it was the part of the oldest democracy.
Vaishali?
It was, sir, the part, Samastipur was a part of that, sir.
Part of what?
Sir, the Vaishali.
Vaishali.
Oldest, you said, no?
Yes, sir.
Oldest you said, you didn't name Vaishali.
Yeah. It's also got a Hindu-Muslim unity kind of a monument there. What is it?
Actually, I'm not aware of that.
Kudni Bibi's Maqbara?
Yes, ma'am.
Famous?
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone goes to it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You have been there?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Samastipur, ma'am, is my birthplace.
Oh.
I have lived most of that part of my life in Begusarai.
Begusarai, okay. Alright, you have given IFS as your option, foreign service, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What attracts you to the foreign service? I mean, if you get it, you have of course given it as fifth.
Yes.
But if you got it?
Ma'am, it's a very dynamic and very important job for like especially the responsibility it has. It is hinged India's diplomacy, India's diplomatic power and external relations. They hinge on the IFS officers. Ma'am, if I get the opportunity, ma'am, it will be very great for me to serve for the country at the highest level, like ma'am.
Okay. Now, when you come to the Ukraine-Russia war, which is engaging everybody's attention, Russia is the key supplier of oil and gas, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And now there is this, there are the sanctions which will soon be signed and put into effect, which will stop, the European countries. What did Russia say 2 days ago? That if you put these sanctions, I will divert my oil and gas. He has threatened also. Yeah, a threat, counter threat. You stop my imports, then I am going to export to the. You stop to the west, then you export to
China and ma'am probably.
east, Asia, and China. China is of course the biggest user of this thing. So he has said that, and he's already. They've got pipelines, isn't it, from Russia to
The Nord Stream pipelines, yes,
no,
from Russia
Nord
to
Stream is this side.
Europe.
This is
Huh.
Russia to China also. There are pipelines that they supply oil and gas, gas to China. So now tell me something about what is India's foreign policy? Just 5 goals, main goals.
Ma'am, overall, ma'am, India has always been a supporter of ma'am rules-based international order.
Okay.
It always has put focus on ma'am dialogue and negotiation, and immediate cessation of any form of violence or conflict. Ma'am, third, it vows on ma'am justice. Basically, like for example, like climate justice, like it should be like who is responsible should take more responsibility, and who are not like third world countries should be less responsible for that. And ma'am, India wants to be a world prosperity, like Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, the principle which it has followed, like world is a family. And ma'am, fifth, it would be territorial sovereignty and mutual respect of borders should be there.
These are some of its
Yes, ma'am.
goals. Recently, our Prime Minister had a virtual meeting with whom? Very important. It was 2+2, and it's going on. With whom?
USA.
What were the main points that emerged after this?
Ma'am, the few points which
Significant, yeah.
ma'am, it has come out that USA has understood clearly that India's position, why India is slow a bit, like not that harsh on Russia. What are India's interests with Russia, and ma'am, they have understood they cannot sanction India for buying oil and gas, because India has clearly stated its stances and its interests. What is there?
Okay, thank you. Next.
Thank you.
Have you heard of RERA?
Sir, Real Estate Regulation Act.
What is it? What are the broad features?
Sir, it basically was enacted to regulate the real estate sector to protect the interests of the consumers, who are the buyers. And
How does it ensure this?
sir, first of all, it has created a state level authority in each state, sir, where complaints can be filed. And sir, in this, so there's a provision that if the possession, whatever the date it has been specified for giving the possession, it should not be delayed. If it is delayed, sir, then the whoever is the seller, then he has to pay compensation for that.
There is also another provision which starts with which it starts, which is basically that every builder has to register himself along with his agents. That is the identification for each one of them. That's where it all starts.
Okay, sir.
Have you heard of the Roshni Act in the context of Jammu and Kashmir?
Sir, actually, I'm not exactly aware of that. I can faintly, sir, it was for, sir, land acquisition related.
Land acquisition.
Exactly, sir, I'm not aware of the details.
Find out. And lately, the Home Minister had made certain remarks about Hindi as a language. Can you explain and throw some light on what is it that he said and what did it lead to?
So basically, he wanted Hindi to be he wants Hindi to become the link language and the compulsory teachings in schools. Sir, it can lead, sir, southern states have again protested, sir, that they don't want any imposition of Hindi language, and similarly, sir, northeastern states have also protested against it.
Have you heard of Paramveer Singh?
Yes, sir.
Who is he?
Sir, he was the commissioner of police of Mumbai.
What is happening in his case?
Sir, he's currently, sir, out of country. He's been declared a fugitive currently. Sir, there was allegations against him of corruptions, and especially in that Sachin Vajay case.
The case is under investigation by the state government or the CBI?
Sir, if I'm not wrong, it's with CBI.
And what is the issue regarding Augusta Wasteland deal? Have you heard of it?
Yes, sir. So deal was related to, sir, some attack helicopters which India wanted to purchase. Sir, there is one allegation like that there was some middleman. I'm sir forgetting his name. Sir, that he took commissions for like forwarding this deal and pressing it for the final
Some
conclusion.
senior level officers have also been arraigned in this. Any idea?
Sir, I'm not aware of these details.
Okay, Janab. Rahul Anand.
Yes.
I want to ask you about status of China vis-a-vis the semiconductors fabrication. What is Moore's law first?
Sir, Moore's law states that, sir, like the prices of the chips or the semiconductor, what we call semiconductor chips, will, sir, decrease after every 4 or 5 years.
It is not about price. Try again.
Sir,
It is number of transistors on a microchip.
yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Thank you for that.
Ajay, what is the status of China?
So China is, sir, among the one of the leading manufacturing and
No,
fabrication.
they are importing 300 million worth of these semiconductors every year. तो leading तो नहीं है, but still you elaborate what are they doing actually in semiconductors?
So they are also trying to, like what India is trying to, sir, build up a semiconductor industry. Sir,
Yes.
they are also trying to build, sir, because they have a huge manufacturing outside. Like they are the one of the huge manufacturers of, sir, smartphones, laptops. So therefore they want to end their dependency on, sir, other countries.
So what are they doing for that?
Sir, I'm not aware, but sir, they must be like setting up, giving incentives and attracting.
What is the size of semiconductor microchip they can manufacture in their factory, which is known as SMIC, Semiconductors Manufacturing International Corporation? What is the minimum they can do?
Sir, exactly not aware, sir, but if sir,
approximately,
sir, like 10 nanometer. Sir, 10 nanometer.
You are very near. It is 15 nanometers. Why do they need so small ones these days? What for?
Sir, what the smaller the size of, sir, these chips, or the many more transistors can be accommodated, sir, on a single chip. And
That
sir,
is one. Secondly,
sir, sir, the processing, like if on a given space, sir, more transistors, sir, will provide more faster processing speeds.
miniaturization.
Yes.
Miniaturization of equipment. Okay. Now, your who are the major countries in market share of these semiconductors from top to down?
So the
Biggest
largest manufacturer.
biggest?
Yes, sir, the biggest manufacturer is, sir, TSMC in Taiwan. Sir, around 60% of the global manufacturing is done by the single company of Taiwan. And sir, second is, sir, South Korea.
I thought it was America, which has 50% share of the world market, and Taiwan actually is only fabrication unit. It does supply to 92% of the microchips to all over the world. अच्छा.
Sorry, sir.
तो ये how many types of factories you have then?
Sir, sir, broadly, sir.
One
there
is
can be-
just which design,
yes, sir.
and
The second
Others?
would be, sir, like which manufactures, or basically the which fabricates in. And third would be, sir, which assembles it.
third maybe which does both.
Sir,
Design as well as fabrication.
fabrication. And sir, one more can be sir which assembles.
What is India's status?
Sir, India currently is only, I would say, assembler. India is trying to become a manufacturer, and it has also announced a policy regarding this.
What is that policy?
Sir, sir, DLI.
Measures, some measures actually.
Yes, sir. Sir, one is sir DLI scheme, design linked incentive scheme.
Okay, then
Sir, sir, it and PLI scheme also, sir. It has given like
no, I
incentives.
said then. What else? They have announced $10 billion of assistance for India semiconductor mission. And there are 3 measures, read about it. December 21 it was announced. Your interview is over, we'll give you a feedback.
Thank you, sir.
How do you evaluate yourself after the question and answer is over?
Sir, I gave 2-3 wrong answers, which I thought. Sir, I gave 2-3 wrong answers, which I thought.
Doesn't matter. Overall, say out of 100, where do you put yourself?
Sir, around 60.
60.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's not bad. In interview, we'll advise you a few things. Your again expression should be very clear and distinct. There is no hurry as such, but it also doesn't mean that you keep on thinking and then go slow. Before mirror, do some exercise. Read out 2-page, 3-page, 5-page. Work harder, some 6 to 8 hours a day, because you are left with not many days. Okay, try to understand things which you have not understood. Go through the CD which you will be given very carefully and see where you could have done better. Better in the sense, not in terms of the information or anything, but in terms of the understanding of the subject.
Sure, sir.
Okay, then we say that read newspapers. Which paper do you need? Read
Sir, the Hindu and Indian
Hindu
Express.
and
Indian Express.
both good, and try to understand what they write in the editorials and opinion page. And the news also is important, because every day a lot of things are happening, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
In our country, outside country, and you have to understand that. See, mere knowing is not enough. Understanding is a must.
Yes.
We find you quite bright, and most likely you will make it. And be careful about your dress. For example, this there is a small
Yes, sir.
this should have been removed before you came here.
So just like outside the room, I came to know, sir, about this.
अच्छा, oh, कोई बात. So then we also recommend this Wikipedia to our candidates. Wherever you find a difficult term, phrase being used, do refer to Wikipedia. They are very authentic, and where they are not authentic, they will say, edit. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Then we also recommend Vion channel.
I sir do watch that.
You do read here 9 to 10, that particular bulletin.
Yes, sir.
And Gravitas in general, bunch of. Then Shekhar Gupta has given
Clear the cutters.
Cut the Clutter.
Yes, sir.
Okay. These are things that come to. Then eye to eye contact, you are very good. You are doing exactly what you are expected to do. And one or two things more, we will. Don't feel guilty, or don't hesitate if you are not able to answer some questions. Nobody can answer all the questions. You know it very well.
Yes, sir.
So don't hesitate. And there is a tendency to repeat the question. We say which are the most powerful countries in the world. So there is a tendency to say most powerful countries are 1, 2, 3, 4. Give the answer directly.
Okay, sir.
Russia, US, China, whatever you say, are the most powerful countries, sir. And when you speak, there should be an emphasis on something, and some part of the sentence need not be emphasized. Otherwise, your expression is good, you are alert, your IQ is good, and if you have to ask something, you tell us.
Sir, like the questions I gave wrong, like Moore's law, I just confused and gave wrong.
Moore's law says that the number of transistors on a microchip will keep on doubling every 2 years.
Yes.
Every 2 years.
Sir, I was like aware, but sir, on the
कोई बात नहीं, it is always there. That's what I said. Nobody can know each and everything. And it also says that it will add to the efficiency of the system, obviously, and capacity of the instrument जिसकी बात हो रही है. So that then read little bit of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Read it from Wikipedia only, because otherwise 18 chapters. भगवान श्री कृष्ण ने, अच्छा तो वो पढ़ लेना. BBC वर्ल्ड के कोई चीज़ इंटरेस्ट हो तो देखना, अदरवाइज फॉरगेट इट. और दूसरा कोई सवाल तुम्हारी तरफ से?
Sir, like the voice, I think I was speaking today a little low. Like you have to.
बताएं सर. Voice, okay, a little louder would have been helpful, but otherwise you were audible. It's not as if it was, we have had candidates who were just mumbling and we had to perk our ears. That was not the case. But yes, a little bit of good voice throw would be always attractive. You don't have to shout really.
Yes, sir.
But be confident, because your body language and your gestures are all normal, and I think you should do well. And the advantage is you have age on your side.
Yes,
You're very young. I'm sure.
UPSC rooms will be smaller, so you won't sit that far. The chairperson to here, and you will sit very near.
And probably you won't have the distraction of the AC running behind like this.
But be confident, and we wish you.
I think you are very, very bright chance, I would say. The way we are
Read something
able
about.
in any case, what we are saying here is only representative. It's not as if the same questions are going to be asked.
Yes.
It's only to draw your attention to a range of subjects which are likely to be discussed. That's all. And
Yes.
how you respond to them. And in many of the cases, there are no set cast eye on the right or wrong answers. It's always
Good. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
All the best, sir.
Thank
You'll
you.
make it. First attempt. You will break the record from Begusarai. Okay, go
You're
ahead.
going back home or you're staying on in Delhi and preparing?
No, sir, I am staying in Delhi and preparing.
Okay. Till the interview.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to never miss an update.